What are your recommendations for Australian importers and exporters now? If you're going to give Vanessa giving us some advice, give us your best advice for free.
Okay. All right. Strong visibility. Make sure and there's a lot of data systems and all the rest of it at the moment. We all talk about making sure that you've got access to your data. Knowing where your suppliers are, finding out who they're dealing with, where your products are, what your bottlenecks are. But not just having that data, knowing what to do with that data. So this is where you actually make sure that you're actually being able to action it. Good supplier relationships, making sure that you're having good, open, strong, transparent communication with your suppliers. If you do need to look at diversification, then again, making sure that you're aware of what's going on in the other areas. Scenario planning. And this is, we're seeing scenario planning coming through with a lot of people that have got to do climate-related financial reporting, which has come into Australia. And this is where you're sitting down, having a look at all of the different things that could actually impact onto your supply chain in order to be able to find ways to work around it and see how that's actually going to impact you financially. Bring everybody into this. So don't just sit there with your supply chain department or your logistics department off the side and have your sales and customer service at the front. Bring everybody in. You don't want your salespeople going off and selling things that are not actually going to be able to be delivered because there goes your reputation and all the rest of it. You don't want your finance people putting pressure on you to go and make shortcuts within your supply chain, because then that can come back to you either from a legislative perspective or from a reputational perspective down the track. Bring your people into the table. And if you don't have people there into the table, find somebody, whether that's someone like me, whether it's somebody at another logistics company. There are some really, really smart people here in Australia that you can actually deal with that will just come in and help you, again, put everything out on the table and say, right, what are my risks? What are my opportunities? What are the threats that can impact here? What's my loss of opportunity cost if I don't have my product here in time? If I focus too much on price, what are the risks? If I take shortcuts with my supplier and I put the pressure on them and then they go take shortcuts in their actions, what are the risks to me? You need to understand these kinds of things. Local sourcing, most definitely. There's a lot of people turning around now and working more with Australian manufacturers, and I'd like to see, obviously, now more work being done on the Australian manufacturing. That would be good to bring a lot of that back. We make some really, really good quality products, and it would be good to share those with the world. And again, diversification, whole of company focus, data, honesty and transparency, and compliance. Don't take shortcuts. It's just not worth your while. Be compliant, make sure you're accurate, dot your I's, cross your T's. Don't risk it.